You know, you can't tell if it's like good or not. Well, like, please, if you need to sleep, go sleep. You don't need to stay in my stream. But yeah, um, I already watched the movie, actually. I watched it on the first opening day for the theaters, and no spoilers. I mean, I really like the ending, and it made me cry 3 times. And then, literally just the other day, I was like out partying with some friends, and I was like drinking, having fun, and then oh damn, um, like literally the other day, I was like bawling my eyes out on my friend's arms and like on my boyfriend's arms, and I'm like, my favorite show is done. Like I can't believe it's done. Yeah, but like, how do I explain it? Like you won't like it unless if you like don't know if unless if you like know the meaning of the whole show. Just okay, my advice on like the movie is you gotta focus on the meaning of the show, which is literally just like finding meaning in a stagnant life, as the Goosework said. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like I was like, it's just so good. Like that's all I can say. Okay, let's see. I don't want like any of the music to like come out of my mic because like I still need to like adjust it somehow. I just don't know how. Okay. Oh, whoops, whoopsies. No. Okay, let's see. Let's start. Disclaimer: this is a fan-made game and no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions for Gooseworks. All events and interactions in the game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch's production team about this game. This game contains bright flash transitions. Alright. I gotta do my best at the pain impression. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of life style school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at of the amazing digital academy. I can't read. Help your classmates pull pranks on your teacher. Become a straight A student or rule breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? I mean, I have this for a thumbnail, so. Sounds good. What about your name? What should we call you? I haven't even made like a digital circus OC throughout the whole entire time that I'm a digital circus fan. I'm just gonna put in my name, my online name. Chitsuko, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yep, that's my name. Alrighty then, Jitsuko. Let's head inside. Hi, my name is Jitsuko. I am a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this school, at this new school. The moon and the sun. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where's the teacher? As I step in the room to let any other students that might be able to be that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I'm almost grown at the pun. Surely this name can't really be. Hello, my name is Kinger. He must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we will have a new student named. Oh, what's your name again? Hmm. This sounds so flirty. Wait, you can barely hear me? What the? Hold on. Is this better? Hold on. I have like the mic against my mouth. Is this better? Okay, good. Wait, maybe it's delayed a little. Is it good? Let me like lower the volume over this then. Okay, that's good. That's good. Uh, this sounds very slice of life anime, so I'm gonna say this. Rightio, go on and take any open seat. Jitsuko, most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. Take a seat next to a girl in a colorful hat and a sailor uniform. I sit next to the shy-looking girl with the comedy mask and ribbon body. I sit next to the mission. Okay, here's the thing. My favorite character is Kinger, but the character that I would date is Zooble, and the character that I've cosplayed is Gangle and Pomni. I sit down in the teacher's chair. Hmm. Who should I go for? Who, like, which route should I go for first? Oh my gosh. There you go. Hmm. Because we're already gonna like go back to it anyways. Zooble? Okay. I sit next to the mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. Oh yeah, there's a fun fact. Me and my friend did a post on Instagram. And he asked me if like he could voice as Pomni and Ragatha for the bit. And I'm like shouting out things and stuff like that. And like I thought like, oh, maybe these are like opinions and stuff. Like maybe it's just something dumb that he asked me to do for the bit. And then like I would like I after I watched the movie, I'm like, wait, these were literally in the movie too. I asked him about it. He's like, oh yeah, I did it based on the leaks. This guy literally gave me leaks without me even knowing. Okay. I sat next to him to the interesting looking student with mismatched limbs. Oh, and that video also got like 500,000 views. And it should have like 60,000 likes, I think.
So if you like go through Instagram and you hear like Pomni's shouting out something, and it's like very distorted, that's me. I'm not going to bother asking you what's your name or backstory if that's what Kane wants. I'm sorry? You've heard what I said. After a week, Kane is gonna get bored of all of this, and you won't even be here anymore. Did I do something to offend them? Why do you think I'm gonna be gone in just a week? 'Cause that's just how things work around here. Kane comes up with some new students or adventure. Everyone gets excited to know them. Then Kane gets bored or they move away. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm telling you all of this. Nothing they say makes sense. But I'm still offended at being treated like some sort of side act in a circus. Mmm, a digital circus. Well, I didn't ask to be here. All I remember is something happened to my old school and my parents had to move out to the countryside. I huff. That's the only reason I'm here now. Zubul glares back at me, but before we can start to argue, the girl in the colorful hat comes over to us. When I started shouting, I'm pretty sure I could do like a better Pomni impression, low key. But like, I don't know if I can shout right now. I don't know if my mom is home. Hey guys, what's going on over here? She says, looking at us. Well, they. I point to Zubul. Just keep saying that I'm going to disappear in a week with when Principal Kane gets bored of me. Well, that's no good. She waves her hands, trying to diffuse the situation. You know, Kane. You know how Kane gets when we don't play along, Zubul. How does Kane feel about things that isn't my problem? To illustrate their point, they kick their feet up on the desk in front of them. Pomni just shakes her head before extending a hand for me to shake. Well, anyways, welcome to our class, Jitsuko. Sorry about Zooble. They just don't really like new people or Kane. I nod. I can see that. Well, if you want, you can sit next to me instead. I'm sure Kinger won't mind. I glance at Zooble, who is still ignoring me. The invitation is tempting. No! I want to sit next to Zooble. Suit yourself. Don't think this makes us friends or anything. I guess not, but I find myself oddly unbothered by Zooble's cool demeanor. That's fair. I shrug. I'm sure you have a reason for feeling the way you do. That oddly seems to pierce their cool exterior. Huh? Oh, thank yous. Well, yeah. Yeah, I do. It's because like Ashley does Zooble's voice in a certain way, so I tend to like say that and like I don't know. I used to be part of a voice acting group back when Amino was like still a popular thing, but we don't talk about that. I feel like you really dislike Principal Kane. Well, yeah, dislike is an understatement. They pause. He just keeps trying to come up with these new things and acts like we should be falling over ourselves. I shrug. It's okay, you don't have to like me. Well, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that. Never mind. It's okay. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I was so harsh on you. Listen, to make it up to you, I usually eat lunch with Gangle in the courtyard, but you can tag along if you want. You know, instead of sitting alone. Just as I'm about to respond, Zubul sees something out of the corner of their eye. Leave Gangle alone, Jax. They say, running off. Oh well. I guess if I want to talk to them later, I know where to find them. Doo 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 doo. I was just sitting into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Finger, class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With the sound of a porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth, like they're not solid objects. Jitsuko wasn't expecting you here. A manic enthusiasm, um, suffuses his voice as he points his cane towards me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to making this school interesting. He pauses for a moment, rubbing the base of his chin to contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zooble speaks to him, like they're addressing to annoying they're addressing an annoying insect, instead of the principal of the school. There we go. Kane perks up. That's right. The reason I'm here, to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptions, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't seem to be anybody outside. However, no, we're not gonna make that video. However, the numbers are in students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noises, are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. I don't even I haven't even gone to any like testing or anything to see if like I do have like reading or like reading problems, because like I can write fine, it's just like I can't read properly for some reason when it comes to some of these things. Kane bites on his neck in mock horror. The class and Kane are playing along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. No. However, my sweet tooth students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. Oh God. At this point, the sharp tooth bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back into the school, Mr. President? You know, even in the theater, this is also not spoilers. It's just like from episode 8 when Bubble said the blah part. Everyone in the theater, in my theater, collectively said it all together in sync, and it was so funny. Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tamor emeralds, what what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters. I don't even know how to do a Jack's impression. A competent principal. Adequate funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. Just make yourself just make yourself sound annoying. That's the thing. I was told from many people in elementary I am annoying. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Excuse me, I just burped. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. You guys, I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. All right, Kinger, I'll leave you to the list of everyone's responsibilities. You have all 5 days. Break a leg or two. As abruptly as he disappears, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each one of you for the culture festival. Kanger lifts a paper, Kanger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zooble and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We will have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't think anything I'm comfortable showing. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look at what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we have done that before making posters? No, I like this idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he could finish his thoughts, pleading him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos. Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to figure out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of the class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and was just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I summoned it without thinking, by thinking about it. As if I had summoned it by thinking about it. Of it. The lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. I played like the demo of this, but I don't remember what happened to be honest. It's all like a blur. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces around me. There was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. Oh my gosh! I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Didn't Zubul and Gangle say that they ate lunch at the courtyard? I'm gonna pursue Zubul. I'm sorry, Gangle. Maybe you can join us and become a throuple. Hell yeah. It's funny, I'm more of a monogamous person, but I still support poly. Let's go. LGBTQ. Pride Month, guys. I pick up a garden salad from the cafeteria and stride out into the courtyard. Though there are half a dozen tables out here, they're mostly empty, and it's easy to find Gangle and Zooble. Gangle gives me a big wave with one of her ribbon arms, her comedy mask showing an expression of cautious excitement. Zooble lifts up their claw hand in a friendly wave as well. I imagine Zooble doing like a nod to say hi. Hi guys, thanks for the invite. No problem. No problem. Did they coordinate that? Either that or they've just been friends for a long time. So, Jitsuko, how are you liking our school so far? Oh yeah, the dad wave. Well, it's pretty different from my old school. I start, Zooble and Gangle waiting for my next words. But I think I'm starting to like it here. Just raise their arm, that's it. Yeah. Gangle smiles, pushing the tips of the ribbon hands together with a gentle blush. I like it here too. I'm really excited for the culture festival. We pass the time in relative silence as we eat our lunches. Zubel's the first to break the silence, pointing at my meal. Are you vegan or something? Oh, this? I gesture my to my salad. No, not really. I just grabbed something that looked good before heading out to meet you guys. I think it looks good. Zubel shrugs. I like to bring food I can cook myself. Can't stand what Kane stocks with the cafeteria with. Gangle has a gentle smile on her face as she pokes a bit of shrimp tempura with a with a chopstick. Frick, bro. How she manages to use chopsticks when both of her hands are the tips of red ribbons is honestly very impressive. I don't think it's all bad. There's a lot of traditional Japanese foods in the cafeteria. I never got to eat sushi. There's a period. I never got to eat sushi when I was in high school before. They go back and forth like this for a bit while I stab my remnants of my salad. Why would you stab? Wait, hold on. Okay, I just realized Gangle stabbed tempura with chopsticks, and that's like slightly paining me. A hush falls over our table for a moment. Then, so Zooble, are you gonna help me out? Help me get my art done for the culture festival after lunch? Zooble looks at Gangle pointedly. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about the culture festival. It's just another one of Kane's stupid plans to make us all come together and make him feel good about himself. I mean, come on, Gangle. He's having Pomni look up what a culture festival is. He doesn't care about the culture festival at all. It's just something to make us all busy. I don't see why I should put in any more effort than Kane is. You know? A faint tinkle, like something delicate fracturing, and Gangle's smile falters. Gangle's lips started quivering, tears welling up at the side of her mask. Z- Zooble. Gangle, I didn't mean. But their apology is too late. Gangle's comedy mask has broken and now lies on the table in front of us in two pieces. Gangle is sobbing loudly. I don't think this is how Gangle would act. I just, they gave me a meaningful look. Come on, Jitsuko, you understood what I meant, right? Angle, Zooble is just annoyed about being pulled around by Kane all the time. They didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Yeah, like she's not that emotional. Like if anything, like she can control her emotions even without her comedy mask. Thank you, Jitsuko. Zubul sighs, exhausted, but clearly regretting that they upset Gangle. Seriously, Gangle, I promise I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. Gangle manages to choke back enough tears to respond. Hold on, wait, I gotta wait, hold on, be right back for 10 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh, wait, my earphones are messing with me right now. Oh my gosh, okay. Gangle manages to choke back enough tears to respond.
I know that. I just wanted us to have fun today and during the culture festival.
I think she's crying only because they're technically in a slice of life anime dating simulator thing, and that's what Gangle would really like. But it's just like it's like the way that um Zoop was dismissing it, and Gangle probably really wanted to do this. Zuba leans over, putting a hand on Gangle's arm ribbon. I know, and I'm sorry about being so rude about the culture fair. If you want to take this seriously, then I'll take it seriously too. Besides, I think Jitsuko is really excited about the culture festival, right? They shoot me a look that tells me it's time to speak up. Th- that's right. I stumble over my words, injecting as much enthusiasm as I can muster. I care a lot about the culture festival, and I'm really excited to work with both of you on preparations for it. Zubul gives me an appreciative nod as Gango regains her composure. Her comedy mask is still broken for now, but she offers us both a delicate smile. I, s- I sound like I'm threatened, like I'm held at gunpoint. Yo, like low key, I should draw Zubul pointing a gun at me just to make Gango smile or something. I do actually have a thumbnail for wait, I forgot to post it on the Discord server. It's whatever. Um it's whatever. Uh Her comedy mask is still broken for now, but she offers us both a delicate smile.
Thanks, you guys. Can we spend the rest of the day in the art studio working on our posters?
Actually, I have some afternoon class. Zubul wraps their pincer hand around my forearm. You're coming with us. Please talk to me more like that, Zubul. Eh. Sorry, I'm so down bad for Zubul. Someone drew Zubul with a leather jacket to make them look like a biker a little bit, and oh my gosh. Bro, I've never been so gay in my life. Oh my gosh. I sure am. Little does Zubul know I'm into that. I let Zubul lead I let Zubul lead me to the art studio as Gangle starts to smile again. giddy at the prospect of spending a whole afternoon doing art for the culture festival. Gangle pulls open a closet in the back of the art studio, pulling a stack of paper before handing several pieces to me and Zooble, along with some boxes of colored pencils.
Since we're all doing art for the culture festival, let's draw some posters. Then we can vote which ones will make the cut.
I glance down and start to sweat. I haven't drawn anything more complex than a stick figure since third grade. Bro, I have. I have drawn. I've drawn Kinger shirtless. I glance over Zubel's paper. They've already started drawing a bunch of unique designs, contrasting different colors against one another to produce something that looks more like it belongs into a high end art gallery. I crane my neck to peer at Gangle's art. There's something familiar about the excited anime figure she's drawing, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Zubul sees me peering over Gangle's work. Why don't you start working on your own poster? Gulp. Sure thing. I scribble something to resemble an excited student for my poster, but the proportions are all wrong. When I try to draw the school, all I can do is draw a rectangle with smaller rectangles for the windows. When I add a little sun at the top left corner and try to draw the courtyard, the picture is complete. This definitely looks like what a toddler would bring home to his parents. Something that would end up under a magnet for on the fridge for years. Zubo leans over and gives a bemused chuckle. Seriously, dude? Yeah, I suck. I didn't say that. Look, you may not be the best, but we all start somewhere. If you just pity yourself and call your art terrible, you'll never improve. Zubo's pretty wise. I go back to my art piece and try to add more to it, watching what Zubul and Gangle do to trying to mimic their techniques.
Time's up. Let's see everyone's art.
We set all three of our pieces on the table in the center of the art room. We all took a moment to look at one another's art. Gangle has drawn an anime-style mascot waving two flags with the school crest on them, jumping up and down, saying, "Please visit the school culture fair." Sybil has drawn a series of geometric figures and tessellations in different colors. But when you look at the right angle, it spells out culture fair. Oh, wait, that's sick! I've drawn a few stick figures enthusiastically pointing at a box-shaped school, with a few perspective and shading lines added, making it half respectable. It takes a moment for me to realize that Gangle and Zubul are looking at me. Oh crap, are they expecting me to pick my favorite? I like Gangle's art the most. Gangle is an awkward blushing bundle of ribbons as she tries to brush off my compliments.
I mean, it's not that good, you know?
She's not good at playing it cool, but it's really cute to see her like this.
I think Zubul's is good too, and yours
Gangle says lots of words as she looks at mine.
unique.
I grimace. Grimace shake? That bad. Gangle giggles.
Maybe we can put you in charge of something else, like putting up the posters.
That sounds good to me. We pass the time and talking about art until the bell rings and dismiss us for the day. I guess I should grab my things. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar figure walks up to me. Let's go! Let's go! Oh my gosh. Let's go. Sorry. I love you, Zooble. Bro, Zooble in the Korean dub. Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh. Huh. Oh, Loki? Loki, I should post the videos and stuff of when I went to watch the movie. Cause I cosplayed as Pomni and my man cosplayed as a Gummy Goo. And I have a Gummy Goo plushie for my birthday from him.
Salut, Zooble.
Oh hey Jitsuko, you still here? Bro, French Gangle is so cute. She's so adorable. I love her. I nod, clutching my books. Well, since you're here, wanna walk back with me? Yeah, Zubul, that sounds nice. Cool. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Their voice is completely nonplussed, but I can tell they're happy I said yes. Zubul and I make our way out of the front doors of school. I walk to the curb, trying to find a comfortable seat to on the sidewalks as a way for my parents to pick me up. Oh, what are you doing? They gave me a weird look. Waiting for my parents to pick me up. Why? Zubul seems more confused by my answer. Jitsuko, how old are you? I laugh. That's a weird question to ask. I begin to count my fingers and only realize I forgot how old I am. How did I forget how old I am? It's not important. How old are you? Zubul raises an IMU in response, but lets it slide. I'm 22. I'm completely bamboozled by Zubul's respousal. Bamboo bamzoobled? I shake my head. Well, I'm probably at an appropriate age to be picked up by my parents. Zubul sighs, pinching where the bridge of their nose would be with their claw hand. Jitsuko, I don't know how you didn't notice this, but there's literally no outside world. Just the school and the dorms. Dorms? Yeah, I mean, I still don't like Kane, but at least he gave us all individualized rooms just a little off campus, and that was. Zubul pauses to make sure their words aren't too complimentary towards Kane. Decent of him. They seem satisfied with their word choice. But my parents was uh my parents, I was dropped off by them this morning. It feels as real as my name and my last school. Jitsuko. They gave me a look of pity. Seriously, try to remember and concrete details about your life outside of the school. I try and I try, but all I get is a splitting headache. The harder I try, the worse the pain. I got nothing. Yeah, something happens to our memory when we come to this school. Come on, let's get you to your room before it gets much colder out. Zubul takes my wrist in their hand and leads me to the dorms. All right, which room is yours? Each door has so much personality, but I can instantly tell who's who by who is. Each door has so much personality, I can tell instantly who is probably staying in each. The red and blue door is probably Pomni's. Um, the crisscross with caution tape could belong to Jack. Not gonna say anything. Could belong to Jax, and the ranch door reminds me of Ragatha for some reason. We also passed the dark sleek door with the bright geometric shapes on it. Your room? Yep. They're quick with the response, but not curt. Clearly, Zooble is more interested in finding my room than making small talk right now. Unlike all the other fancy doors, mine turns out to be a plain oak door. We know it's mine thanks to the brass nameplate with my name on it. Well, wanna check it out? Yeah, let's see what Kane cooked up for me. I pop open the door, looking inside expectantly. Bruh. If I had to describe this room in one word, it would be inoffensive or boring. All the walls are painted in a plain shade of white. My mattress is gray, with a thick duvet embroidered with the school's emblem folded on the top. Two pillows sit on my bed. At the desk sits a pile of paper and a set of blue and black pens. A handful of sharpened pencils, and a computer that looks like it was plucked out of an office in the 80s. It's. Zibble pauses to find the appropriate words. Roomy? I turn to them for a moment before bursting into laughter. You could say that again. I hide my grin at Zubul, at Zubul actually trying to be nice. It's the emptiest room I've ever seen in my life. It's literally so boring, it's funny. Zubul starts chuckling too. Yeah, I don't know what you did to Kane uh, off Kane, but he must have decided to give you the most boring room he could think of. We laugh at the sheer hilarity of my unfortunate room for a few minutes. Well, the room sucks, but if you give me a few minutes, I'll whip up something to make it less plain. Sounds like a plan. I guess I'll unpack my backpack and see if I can rearrange things to give the room some more personality. Good luck. Zubo snorts as they leave my room. I close the door. There isn't much to work with, but I can manage to arrange the pens in a neat little pyramid and start trying to sketch something to put on the wall. A few minutes later, someone slides a paper under my door. I pick it up. Aw, that's so cute. Zuba has done a self-portrait in a neo-cubist style, incorporating various geometric shapes to make an interesting background to their self-portrait. I search around my desk and manage to find a thumbtack. I pin Zubal's drawing to my wall and remind myself to thank them for the art next time we talk. Spending a day with Zubal is actually nice, despite a rocky start. I hope I can spend more time with them in the future. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I'm sleeping along with the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my door flies open with confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. That doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters. Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Oh, oh wait, no, never mind. But like, how do I say this? Because I also want to like yap about the movie more a little bit. Okay, all I'm gonna say is that at least one of the theories online is true. Oh, my mom is home. Oh well, time to investigate. Hi, mom. Sorry, I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Hold on. Sorry. I'm not gonna say which theory. I'm just gonna say at least one of the theories is real. Hmm. Kane, what the actual are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha ha, Zooble. Mom. Sorry. Um, bro, freaking Gangle with her body pillow is crazy. His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. He blurts out, in his harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the culture festival, pulling in new viewers, we're not hitting the numbers that the academy needs us to, which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. He stretches out his last words. Um, oh, a sponsorship. Using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to. A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. Oh my gosh. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting. Teen drama. But we're adults. Oh.
But we're adults. I'm actually.
Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot for us, a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a wacky watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there?
What in the.
And don't try removing them either. They've been asphyxiated to your wrist with a special adhesive. Wait, what? Did he like super glue them? And if you try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic sets in.
No!
Pomni tugs at her wacky watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the watch stays affixed. Her glove stretching like like a rubber band as she pulls the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch. What the? Principal Kane ignores her complaints as he continues to his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding we need to make it to day 5 and the culture fair, I need you to be wearing the Wacky Watch at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need you to do ad reads, but it is of a paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life, and I can't wait to see what you do at the culture fair. Bye. He stretches out his last syllable, as his body folds on itself with an infinite amount of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't a deal. It isn't ideal, but at least we can figure out to talking each other right. And now should make communication about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters on and falls on the ground. Tears well up in her eyes.
I don't want a wacky watch.
Seeing this situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, if you even want, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you can draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist, pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Please, she's not that emotional. Yeah, she's not even that emotional. I feel like she would just be a little annoyed. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's right, Pomni. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck into my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. Crazy. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Zooble. Looks like they haven't updated their profile picture. I hate this thing. I know, I hate it too, but at least we can talk without being in the same room. Yeah, that's nice. I guess. Still though, it's pretty late. Want to text more tomorrow? Yeah. I almost pull my covers up. But my wacky watch lights up with a few more texts. And thanks for everything. For sitting with me and humoring me, for helping me smooth things over with Gangle, and for being cool when we made fun of your art. You seem like a pretty cool person, and I hope to keep you keep spending time with the art club, even if you can't draw for shit. It appears that whatever censor Kane has applied to the school also works on our wacky watches. Oh well. I send Zubul a laughing crying emoji before pulling the covers and and getting to sleep. As I sleep with the in my bland and empty room, my thoughts drift to Zubul, as I as as I should, as I should. Our relationship was off to a rocky start, but I'm glad I stuck with them. I really hope we can spend more time together. Day one complete. Oh, it's there. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on the wacky watch says it's morning, but I can only tell from the silver of the sunlight peeking from under my door. I slide my school issued pajamas off and look into the closet. What? A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Ah, fingers. Looks like it's a no- looks like Kane left me a note. Hi, Chizuko. This is Principal Kane. A part of your stay at our lovely academy, you've been provided a set of uniforms free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included to your tuition payment. Well, there's no accounting for taste. My young student. Zupo's a thorny one, but if anyone can get them through, it's you. If you can get Zupo engaged to the culture fair, well, I'd be a happy principal slash AI companion. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Zubul. Want to walk to school together? Yes, I would. You ready, Jitsuko? Zubul glances around, looking a bit guilty. What's up? I normally walk to school with Gangle, but I guess she'd be fine on her own. Whatever the reason, Gangle walking to school really concerns Zubul. I'm not gonna be selfish. I did like the idea of walking to school alone with Zooble. Yeah, I did. But I completely respect them not wanting to make sure their friend feels included, especially considering the way Jax sometimes acts around Gangle. We can get go get Gangle too. Sure you're okay with that? Yeah, the more the merrier. Thank you, Jitsuko. They gave me an appreciative nod. You can see this means a lot to Zooble as we make our way to Gangle's door. Zooble knocks on her door. Gangle quickly exits her room, waving to me.
Hi guys, thanks for waiting for me.
Gangle is the image of condiment is the image of condiment, a warm grin on her comedy mask as she walks over to me, her head held high next to Zooble. Let's get going. This is her senpai. I just know it. She would call her senpai if she could. I nod. Look, I haven't read fan fictions or anything in so long. Which is funny because I literally joined um I literally joined like a fan fiction club kind of thing. But it's just like I haven't wrote fan fiction in so long. Contentment. Thank you. Thank you. I really need it. Please. Oh my gosh. Yo, guys, I'm literally 20 years old. I should know this. Uh, we exit the dorms and head towards the school. There's a bite of early autumn chill in the air as we make our way to school.
How like these uniforms are.
Gangle manages it through chattering teeth. Does she even have teeth? Zubo's visibly shivering too, even though their uniform is a long sleeve shirt, full pants. It's clear the fabric isn't thick enough. I feel every breeze as well in my uniform. It's just another day for Kane to torment us here. Why can't we have fall uniforms? Zubo looks at me. Because nobody told Kane about fall uniforms and he didn't design any for us. After exchanging a look, we all race to the relative comfort of the school's internal heating system.
That's much better.
Zubo nods. You guys ready to head to homeroom? They both nod. Good. We make our way to class, but before we step in, Zubo motions for Gangle to go inside, taking me to the side. So, hey, I really appreciate you for letting me take Gangle along on our walk. I know you probably didn't plan for that, but I only texted you about me, but it really means a lot to me that you value my friends too. I nod. What kind of person would I be if I tried to control who you walk to school with? Still, that really does mean a lot to me. You're really cool, Jitsuko. Literally me. Literally me right now. Thank you. We should head in, right? I scratch my head awkwardly. Zubul walks in agreement. I take my seat between Gangle and Zubul. Time to spend another day with the art group in this crazy school. Neck. Guys, please. I'm just Canadian. I joined Zubul and Gangle to get some much needed work done in the art room. This time, Zooble is sitting right next to me. Their eyes are glued to the page as I attempt art. I start with a few lines and I try drawing shapes. How is that going to help the art festival? There's a mix of annoyance and curiosity in their voice as they lean over my shoulder. Zooble gives off this sort of, I don't know how to fully describe it. I guess I would call it a warm aura. Zooble has aura. Just being around Zooble makes me feel a little happier and safer. No wonder Gangle orbits them like a moon. I try spicing up my drawing a few thick lines connecting their various shapes. What the heck? Are you drawing me? I glance down. Oops. Hold on. You know what? I might as well. Where is it? No, not random posts. No, not street art. You know what? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna post this in my Discord server because I wanted this to be my thumbnail. If you look in the art ping for my Discord server, I did that because I just liked it. Yeah. Anyways, as my pen idly drifted it across the page, drawing a triangle and a couple of circles, a potato, a spindly leg, and a boot, I ended up drawing a competent portrait of the person sitting next to me. Sorry, I let my mind wander, and the first thing I thought of was you. We both blush as we make eye contact. It's like some sort of staring contest. Our faces inches apart. The air between us with electric, um, the air between us electric with some unspoken tension. I break first, turning away. Well, it's not that bad. I sort of liked it. Now, kids. Ah, I love Zooble so much. I love Zooble. I love Zooble so much. They're so fine. Oh my gosh, my earphones. No, I didn't even read it. No, go back. Okay, there we go. Oh, really? Zooble reaches a hand over and picks up my drawing before sliding it into their backpack. Yeah, but I'm not a part of a culture festival. So for now, I'm just taking this. So Gangle doesn't think you're not working on the culture festival. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. So for now, I'm taking this. So Gangle doesn't think you're not working on the culture festival. You know, it would hurt her feelings if you weren't focused. As excuses go, it's weak, but I'm not bold enough to brave the awkwardness of confronting them on their obvious lie. Instead, I keep drawing. No matter how much art I try or try to improve, I can't stop thinking about Zooble. When I try to draw them intentionally, it never comes out right. But when I don't try, when I just let my mind drift, and I think about Zooble, I can make a few decent drawings out of them. Even as I work on my Zooble portraits, I make sure to draw the occasional art in support of the culture fair. Mostly big bubbles saying culture fair. Or drawings of stick figures talking about how excited they are for the culture fair. I eventually go back to drawing to one of my drawings of Zooble, adding a sign of their hand that says, "Go to the culture fair." I finish my art, stealing glances at Zooble. They steal a glance at me once in a while, too. Whenever our gazes accidentally meet, Zooble rolls their eyes and points back to my art. Hold on, sorry, I'm just like. Yo, low key, that's kind of fine. Like they're like imagine like your crush like looking at you and then they're tapping like on they're tapping on like your paper to tell you to focus while looking and making eye contact at you. Oh my gosh. But I don't think it's much of a stretch to say neither of us are really focusing on the art right now. The bell to dismiss class rings, and Gangle stands up from the corner of her room of the room.
Okay, guys, let's all show a few pieces of our art. We're really proud of, and we can see which ones we want to hang up to the culture fair. I rifle around my art, realizing I used a lot more paper doing different portraits of Zoobles than I meant to. I pick up the art of Zooble holding up a sign that says "Join us for the culture fair" and a few silly stick figures comics I drew about the importance of participating in culture in school activities. Gangle is the first to present her art, an assortment of cute anime figures excited for the culture fair. Zooble takes a second slot. Their art is a series of different styles. Their impressionist and neo-cubist work is really cool. Oh my gosh, so real. There's one with a thick inked line reading "Join us for the culture festival," with dark flowers surrounding the lettering. That one's my favorite so far. I stand up in front of Gangle and Zooble and turn um for my turn. My throat dry as I try to present my stick figure comics about the culture fair. Gangle wears a smile of delicate enthusiasm as she tries to come up with something positive to say. Zooble doesn't even try, alternating between laughing and pinching her nose, where she would be in mock annoyance. Chitsuko, you should really apply your. I interrupt them by revealing my portrait of Zooble holding a sign. They're both stunned for a moment. That is a lot better than your other art.
Ganko applauds my achievement. Zooble blushes and averts their gaze. Yeah, it's not good enough to put up, but it beats your stick figures, I guess.
No, Zooble, this is totally good enough.
Before either of us can stop her, Gangle snatches the drawing from my hands, putting it to the board of the art room.
Jitsuko, it's clear to me you've been holding out on us. Tomorrow, I want to see at least 6 more this good.
Gangle gives me a serious look. I nod with a gulp. Gangle then pauses, then gives us both a look.
Oh no, Zooble, I almost forgot. Ragatha wants to walk with me to the wants to walk with me today and talk about the art for the culture fair. I can't join you for the walk home. Maybe Jitsuko can.
Is that okay with you, Zooble? Yeah, sure. Is there an undertone of excitement in Zooble's voice? Zooble walks me home. Even though we've only spent a couple of days together, conversation comes with surprising ease. We begin to catch up on our lives outside of the school. So, Zooble, when did you get good at art?
I used to be a tattoo artist before I came here. Wow, really? Yeah, that's actually where my interest in art came from. Sometimes when I hang out with Gangle in the art club, I just sort of channel my time as a tattoo artist or draw something I remember for a client. Yeah, Gangles is a little bit mischaracterized in this. You know, I always wanted to get a tattoo. I did plan on getting an actual tattoo on my arm eventually, because I want to get one that's like based on Undertale that says stay determined or despite everything is still you. But I also want to get one from Digital Circus that says um like um memories do a lot, hold on to them. And have it like based on Kinger, because Kinger is my favorite character. Hmm. Really? That's not super true. I'm actually scared of pain and needles, but Zooble just seems so cool that it would feel lame to admit that. Yeah, I always wanted to get a tattoo of one of my favorite anime. Zooble snorts at the mansion of anime. Is anime not cool? Or, something. Zooble notices the change in my demeanor. No, I can do a tattoo from an anime. I just laughed because he sounded so excited talking about getting an anime tattoo that you reminded me of Gangle. Gangle watches anime? That explains a lot her manga likes art style. What's a helix piercing? I never I never really looked into that. Square one. Hold on, wait, let me like Google that real quick. Hold on. She's cooler than I thought. Piercing. Oh, that one. I was low-key thinking about that too. I don't have a tattoo gun here though. Aw, that's too bad. I breathe a sigh of relief. I could still do a tattoo though. Sort of. How can you do a tattoo without a tattoo gun? Pomni actually gifted me a henna kit. I have no idea where she got it, but I could probably do something for you. Oh yeah, pens too. And Sharpie with rubbing alcohol. I think about it. Do you still have to use a needle? Nah, it's just kind of like dyeing your skin. Um I can just prepare the paste and wait a few hours, then draw a tattoo. I kind of did that when it came to like eyebrow tinting. Cause I did eyebrow tinting in like school too. That sounds like the best of both worlds. I nodded eagerly. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to move rooms. Your own. Hmm. Well, I didn't really do like henna. I just did like eyebrow tinting. There's like a certain way to do it. Oh. Low key, I might like do henna just to see like what having a tattoo is like. It would be so cool. It would be really cool to have your art on me forever. Zubo turns away from me. Well, henna tattoos only last like 3 weeks tops anyway. But I can try to think of something to do for you. But I can try to think of some. Oh, but I can try to think of something for to do for you. Oh yeah, one of my friends talked about it where like they do henna and then they have to like they do like their like husband's name and then like hide it somewhere and then he has to try to find it. I nod again as Zooble recovers their cool, turning back to me and nodding approvingly. Yeah, I'll definitely come up with something. The takes a while to prepare though, so I'll probably have to prepare it one morning, then keep you after school to do the tattoo. I shrug. Sounds fine to me. Zubal nods, and we reach the dorms. I don't want things to end just now though. Hey, Zubal, what's up? Do you want to? Why is my mouth so dry? Do you want to keep hanging out? Zubal pauses for a moment before nodding. Yeah, I didn't have any plans after school. Let's hang out. Yes! Yes! Cool. Cool. I'll drop off my stuff in my room and I'll meet you in the lounge. Yep. I practically sprint to my backpack and um an English textbook off my room before heading to the lounge. I just realized they don't have any other class except for English. What kind of lounge is this? Was that like olive oil or is it alcohol? Zubul arrives a few moments later. I sit on the couch, and Zubul comes over and sits next to me. We sit there awkwardly for a moment. I realize I want to keep hanging out with Zubul, but I don't have any idea of what to do. After a few seconds, Zubul breaks the silence. So, Jitsuko, do you have anything you want to talk about? They trail off. I rack my brain to think of something. Cold weather, cold weather we're having? Zubul snorts. I guess so. Anything else you want to talk about? I keep trying to think of things to bring up, but everything I think of seems lame. I I can't think of anything. My cheeks burn red with embarrassment. I want to look cool and hang out with Zooble, but now that we're together, I can't even think of something that would be worthy of their time. Well, if you don't have any ideas, maybe I can show you where I like to hang out. Yes, that comes out a little louder than I meant. I mean that's cool. Zooble chuckles before going over to a small broom closet and opening it. I tilt my head in confusion. Maybe there's a cool trend in hanging out in broom closets. I almost question them why they kneel down and push the false door behind some cleaning supplies. Oh my gosh! I thought they were like gonna pin me against the wall and like kiss me or something. Yo, they leaned me they leaned me down a cramped spiral staircase that goes underneath the lounge. Yo! The spiral staircase leads down to a room with antique furniture, a countertop, and an assortment of liquors. Yo, this is a welcome to the speakeasy. Antique lighting fixtures hanging from the ceiling. Yo, I want this at my high school. What the heck? Which is actually funny because I never drank in high school. In the back corner, there's even a pool table and a dartboard. And even like actually in my high school, like literally everyone was like doing drugs around me, but I never really like did any of that. Like I remember like walking into like a bathroom and you just see like a puff of smoke and like vape smoke will literally like come out and then like just create a fog of it, and it's like so foggy in there because of like how much the girls were vaping in there. And like I'm just there like guys, I just need to pee. Yeah, but now I'm in the legal age to do like certain things in Canada. So I don't but like it's not really much of an addiction or anything. Like I don't really do it, to be honest. I just do it like on occasion, like on parties and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Cause like cause like there's like so much girls that are like so addicted to it, and I'm like, guys, I just don't get it. I opt to take a seat at the counter. Zubul steps behind the counter without further ado. After I worked as a tattoo artist, I started working as a bartender. They're full of surprises. This place is so cool. I'm surprised Principal Kane lets us have a bar in the school. Zubul shrugs. I don't think it's supposed to be here. Basically, only I know about this place. Yeah, because you can conjure up stuff. Well, I guess now basically just you and me. I feel honored to share the secret with Zubul. Thanks for showing me this place. No problem. I think Kane meant for this to be part of a different adventure, but he got confused or forgot where he placed it. So now we just have a secret bar underneath the lounge. I'm not sure what they meant by a different adventure, but I decided not to question it too much. So, can you make me a drink? I can make you a drink. For a second, I think of a drink my uncle used to order that was called a corn cob blitz, involved with some yellow liquor, served with a corn cob. But then I think of something better. I'll just have a cosmopolitan. Sure thing. In no time at all, Zubel has prepared my requested drink and set it in front of me. Here it goes. I down the drink. It goes smooth. Zubel really knows what they're doing behind that counter. Mhm. Nothing. Wait, not enough, friend. So, how about you, mysterious new kid? What's your story? Well, I come from a humble apartment in the inner city. Grew up with two parents who worked full time to support us. The alcohol and the cosmopolitan hits me all at once. They always had these big plans for me. Oh yeah. Oh, don't I know it? Yeah, Jax is scared of corn, cause it's like alien eggs and stuff like that. Like he has like some sort of trypophobia. Yep, since I was little, they would always put me in extracurricular lessons and found camps for me to go to in the summer. Okay, that part is not real for me. Zubul nods. Another drink. Yeah, another Cosmo, please. Zubul mixes up one up for me in a record of time, and I down it again. Honestly, it kind of got it. Honestly, it got kind of exhausting. I was either studying for school or taking lessons with tutors. I felt like they didn't even want me to be at home sometimes. Zubul nods sympathetically. My mom was always saying that I was meant for great things, and I just had to keep trying out different things until I found out what that was. Sounds stressful. I nod. You don't know half of it. Another drink? I nod again. Keep the cosmos coming. Yo, I'm not trying to be an alcoholic. You know what's also funny? Like literally the other day when I said like I'm drinking with my friends, um, I was so drunk, and then like I accidentally like I rolled my ankle, and I basically almost ripped it, or I almost like broke it. I almost broke my ankle trying to like walk to one of my friends, and I fell over, and then my boyfriend help me up, and then like carry me to the couch because like it hurt so bad. And he got me some ice and took care of me. I love him. Yeah, I'm fine now. Like I can like walk. I can walk normally. It's just like bruised a little bit. That's all it is. Zula mixes me another one and hands it to me. I guess those lessons I guess those lessons paid off though. I really got really good at piano. Did I just take Rakuta's backstory? Piano. Zuba looked surprised at my confession. Yep, classically trained. What's wrong with piano? Nothing, but my parents wouldn't let up once. But my parents wouldn't let up once they found out about it. Every day after school was lessons, meeting with the tutors, practicing compositions. Then it was recital competitions. Recitals, competitions. I actually enjoyed playing the piano, but they made it my whole life. That's oh my gosh. Like some parents, they make it seem like as soon as you're good at one thing, they always like some parents they tend to like push it too far to the point that you're not enjoying that one thing. I actually enjoyed playing the piano, but they made it my whole life. Sybil shakes their head. That sounds unbearable. Sounds like your passion was turned into a chore. Exactly. You're you're the only one I've told about it. These three cosmopolitans into the night, and my vision is swimming. That's so real. Yeah, you go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right. Good night. Sweet dreams. Well, I'm glad you're comfortable enough to tell me. You. I hiccup. You're so cool, Zooble. I wish I was cool like you, but always feel silly around you. What are you saying, Jitsuko? Yo, wait. I will. I will have fun. I will have so much fun. They won't quite meet my gaze. I don't know. I always just get all nervous, and my mouth gets all dry, and I can't think of cool things when I'm near you. I pause for a moment. Is that weird? I. The blush on their face is apparent, even in my drunken stupor. I guess not. Anyways, Jitsuko, why are you acting so weird? Weird? I'm not weird. Though I'm hurt a bit hurt by being called weird. I'm just drunk. Jitsuko, there's no alcohol in the drinks I've been serving you. What? Kane is a weirdo, but he knows you shouldn't have alcohol in school grounds. It's like a rec room with a bar aesthetic. It's not even a real bar. Ugh, what was I even saying? Telling Zubul they make me feel? Well, the way they make me feel. Zubul, I'm sorry. I look down at my wacky watch. Oh, would you look at the time? Oh my gosh, I forgot to do my homework. Just go wait. But their plea falls on deaf ears. I'm halfway up the stairs by the time I hear them, and on the round back to my room. When I got my room, I notice I have a few unread messages from Zubul. So hey, I didn't mean to call you weird. I was just nervous. I thought you knew the drinks I was serving didn't have alcohol in them, but I'm sorry for not telling you. I don't think you're weird. I'm sorry, bro. That's so lame. Oh, thank God. I wait a bit, thinking out my response. I'm sorry, Zubul. I'm so embarrassed. You can forget what I was saying. I think I I was just feeling sort of confused and weird. There's a moment before they respond. I didn't hate the things you were saying. Just so you know. My heart starts beating in double time. Oh, good. 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 There's a pause. Anyways, you were right. It's getting late. We should get some shut-eye. Do you still want to walk to school tomorrow? Maybe you can tell me more about your piano playing. I can't contain my excitement, but thankfully I'm hidden from view. So nobody can see me kicking my feet in the air like a lovesick schoolgirl. Because I am one. Yeah, I'd I'd like that. I roll over and fall into fitful sleep, too excited about what tomorrow might hold to get any real rest. Let's go, day 2 complete! My alarm blares as I wake up. I get out of bed and pull my uniform and brush my teeth and check my wacky watch. Should should be able to make it out of the room in time to join Zooble and Gangle on their morning walk. As I finish up brushing my teeth, I hear a knock on my door. Hey, wait. Hey, Jitsuko. You ready? Coming! I call out, finishing and grabbing my backpack and opening the door. Zooble's leaning against the door frame. Well, good to well, good to see at least you're still here. Huh? Zooble kicks off my door frame, starting to walk um starting to walk to starting to walk into the cool morning air. I follow after them. I went to Gangle's first door, but she wasn't answering. We almost got we almost go to school together. We almost always go to school together. They're putting on a cool facade, but I can see some worrying in Zooble's face. So why not just wait up for her? I say, shivering as the late autumn cool sets in. If I wait any longer, we'll be late. And I really don't want to hear what Kane would have to say about that. I shrug, but nod as we walk to school. I guess that's what his job is as the principal, though. Zooble rolls their eyes. Yeah, but Kane's just annoying about it. They heave a big sigh. He just finds you no matter where you are, and he won't stop asking you why you aren't at school, or just teleports you there anyways. There's basically zero places to hide from him, though I found the cool speakeasy under the lounge while I was looking for a place he couldn't find me. Wow, it sounds like they really don't want to be here. But Kane made it a lot more trouble than it was worth. So I just show up to class just to get him off my back. It's the only way I could get him to leave me alone during my free time. He lets us leave. He lets us have. Well, that's probably not the best attitude to take towards your education, but now doesn't seem like a good time to bring that sort of thing up. Still, I can't help but think that Zooble was the kind of person my parents warned me about. I'm hoping they were right. I ignore my perceived red flags and I break into a light jog to keep up with Zooble on the way in. So that's pretty much my story. They turn to me. How about yours, Jitsuko? Weren't you telling me you were playing your piano playing yesterday? Yeah, before I confessed to having a bit crush on Zooble. Hopefully they forgot about that last part though. That's okay. I said too much yesterday. I say, turning away to hide my blushing face. Zooble shrugs. You don't have anything to worry about. I'll make you talk about anything you are uncomfortable. Suddenly we have a faint high-pitched wailing. In the distance, I spy a familiar figure. Is that Gangle? Zooble turns to me with the same thought in their eyes as they race forward. Gangle, what's going on? I sprint to match Zooble's pace. This is Zian greets us The scene that greets us is Gango in her tragedy mask. Jack stands in front of her, wearing a sadistic smirk, as he dangles her comedy mask just out of reach. Jax, give it back! She wails. Come on, Gangle. I just caught your mask before you broke it. Don't I get a thanks? He leans forward, a venomous smirk widening on his smug face. Jax, please, just give it back. She leaps into the air, the tips of her ribbons brushing against her comedy mask before Jax holds it even higher. He chuckles as she stumbles. Wow, you almost got it that time. Zooble walks right up to Jax, arms folded. Jax, give it back. Jax turns and giving them an annoyed glance. Why should I? Stop being an oh. Jax scowls at Zooble. Me and Gango are just playing a game, Zooble. Go inside and stop ruining the fun. Gango doesn't look like she's having fun. Gango nods her assent to Zooble's observation. Jax rolls his eyes. You want the mask back, Gangle? Gangle nods sadly. Jax extends the mask to her, but as she reaches it, he whips his arm around and hurls it into the air like a frisbee. Whoops, my hand slipped. He says in a bored monotone. Jax! They shout, furious. Look at the time. I gotta go to class. Don't want to be late. He looks at Zooble. Don't want Kane on my case about not showing up. You know how that is. He grins sardonically at Zooble before he walks inside, leaving the three of us in the entrance. Gangle chokes out a sob. Such a... Sorry, Zooble. Gangle interrupts them. I just want to be at school early today so I could work on the art for the culture festival. But I ran into Jackson, I almost tripped, and then he took my comedy basket. She blubbers, beginning to lose control of herself. Zooble puts a comforting claw on her shoulder. None of this, none of what happened is your fault, Gangle. I'll go find your comedy mask. Go to class. You don't need to, you don't get marked late. So you don't get marked late. Gangle pauses for a moment, hesitant to accept Zooble's generosity, before relenting a grateful nod, pulling herself together just enough to head to class. Zooble turns to me. You should get to class too, Jitsuko. We're both almost late as is. No way I'm letting you look for Gangle's mask alone. For a moment, a look of surprise pieces Zooble's usual facade. But for the shortest expressions, I'm sure even if I blinked at the wrong time, I wouldn't have been able to prove their expressions changed at all. Suit yourself. Kane isn't gonna go easy on you though. I nod, playing things as cool as we walk into the general direction that Jax tossed Gangle's mask. I scan my surroundings, seeing if Gangle's mask is lying on the ground or perhaps caught in the branches of a tree. Her mask is pretty fragile. I just hope it's still in one piece. Me too. Zooble's expression contorts into anger, clenching her clawed hand. I could just wring Jax's neck for the way he treats Gangle. Well, at least you stand up to him. I mean, someone has to. They try to brush me off, but I don't relent. No, seriously, I mean, it's really cool for you to stand up to stand up for Gangle like that. She's lucky to have a friend like you. Zooble blushes a bit. You think so? Totally. Nobody who has a friend like you for them is really lucky to stand up. Oh wait, what? Hold on. Totally. No, anybody who has a friend like you to stand up for them is really lucky. I give them a smile. Zooble's blush intensifies as they turn away. Well, you know, it's just, I just stand up to him because nobody else would. Which is what makes it so impressive, Zooble. Chitsuko, I'm not really all that. I'm really not all that. Before they continue, I notice I like glinting off of something in the distance. Hey, wait, is that? Zooble turns, relieved at the momentary distraction. Giggle's a comedy mask. As we near the area where the light is glinting in the mask, we see where we landed. The mask is just floating in the school swimming pool, which so happens to be locked this morning, and surrounded by a wire fence. The school has an outdoor pool? Isabel shrugs. Yeah, it's for swim practice in summer. Didn't even know we had a swim team. Zuba already has begun to scale the fence, making their way to climbing the other side before I can even start climbing. They bend over the pool's edge, eyes following Gangle's comedy mask as it floats lazily across the surface of the pool. Too far. It's out of reach. As I make my way towards the fence, Zubul looks around for something to catch the mask with. There's gotta be a net or something around. No need, I'll get it. Before I say it, before I could, I say before I can think of what I meant if I follow through on that. No, wait, just go. The water has to be free. Before Zubul can talk me out of it, I'm stripping down to underwear. Zubul averts their gaze. Hey, Jitsuko, nobody wants to see that. Put your uniform back on. I'll be quick. I give them a nervous smile. The words are just too much to steal my own resolve as they are to reassure Zubul. It's now or never. I take a deep breath and dive headfirst into the frigid water. And sure as heck frigid. I bite back a curse as the sheer cold assaults my body from every angle. The cold hits all my limbs at once. When I surface, I have to bite back a swear. It's a little chilly. I managed to through chattering teeth. Zubul gives me an credulous look, barely able to look at my barely clothed form. I told you not to. I told you not to. I swim forward as fast as I can. I'm not a great swimmer though, so it's mostly a desperate flail as I make my way towards Gangle's comedy mask. The cool porcelain of the mask brushes my fingers, and with a few more strokes, I manage to grab it. Gotcha. I cry out, triumphant, as I make a beeline for the for the pool's edge. Zuba lends me a hand, averting their gaze as they try to help me out the pool. Shitsuko, you're crazy, you know that, right? However, the cold water is, the autumn wind is even colder. Zilla blushes as they occasionally glance at me standing there in my soaking wet underwear. I'll get you a towel, okay, Jitsuko? That would be really nice. I chatter. Zubo disappears for a moment in the nearby shed before bringing out an armful of towels. They drape one across my shoulders, and I wrap the towel around and I wrap the other towels around my head and my body. Why did you do that? They laugh incredulously. Oh, this is like cute, CG. Oh, this is so cute. I tried to be quick about drying myself off. You think if I dry myself quick enough, we can? Zibba shakes their head, cutting me off. We're already late for class. Take your time. I sigh. Sorry, Zubul. I know you said Kane annoys you when you don't show up. They shrug. I don't really care about that right now. They look at me, judging by Zubul's eyes. I think they might be actually grinning. I actually kind of had fun. I smile back, drying myself before changing back into my uniform. By the time we make our way back into the school building, the lunch bell is ringing. Guess we missed first period. My parents would be so ashamed if they could see me right now. Zooble, however, seems unbothered, giving a bored shrug at the news. Oh well. As we walk back to the homeroom, we see Gangle heading out. I produce Gangle's comedy mask, handing it over to her. Hey, Gangle, here you go. Sorry about Jax this morning. She looks at me with a gentle smile, her ribbons pressed together with a gesture of gratitude. Wow, thanks, you guys. She takes the mask, affixing it to her face before giving us a big smile. Was it too hard to find? Zooble and I exchange a glance. Zooble lets out an awkward chuckle. Just be careful with it, okay? Gangle's already turning to walk to the art room. Now that everything's fixed, we can start working on our on the art for the culture festival. I'm glad that she bounced back so quickly. Zooble and I follow her. We're just getting set up to start working on our art as soon as Ragatha pokes her head into the art room. Hey guys! She gives us a friendly wave and a smile before turning to Zooble. Zooble, can I talk to you? She asks, nervous at the perceived imposition of her own request. Zooble shrugs neutrally. What's up? Zooble gets up, but from where they and Ragatha are standing, I can still hear everything. So Kane dropped a lot of things on my plate last minute. Apparently he wants to have a live music performance at the culture fair. Zooble rolls their eyes, sighing. Of course he does. You told him that we were busy with working on the art, right? Well, I tried, but you know how Kane can be sometimes. She gives Zooble a hopeful look, but Zooble still seems pretty annoyed. Okay, good luck with that, I guess. Zooble turns to walk away, but Ragatha wasn't finished. I was hoping you can, help me, maybe? Zooble turns, giving Ragatha an irritated look. You could, you know. She makes a gesture with her hands. Absolutely not. Irritation begins to blossom into genuine contempt as Ragatha insists on a compromise. Come on, Zooble, please. Well, I have enough pretending I can't hear this conversation. Hey, Zooble, what's Ragatha talking about? Zooble's eyes narrow for a moment, glaring at Ragatha before turning to me. Well, she wants me to. They pause for a moment, giving an annoyed sigh. She wants to play the drums for the school festival. You play the drums? Before Zooble can respond, Ragatha interjects. Yes, Zooble's really good. Ragatha offers Zooble a sweet smile. I'm not playing them. Zooble turns to Ragatha. Besides, Ragatha can take care of it herself. She plays the violin or something like that. Cello, actually. Ragatha says, kicking on the ground, clearly a bit disappointed. Well, we can work something in here. You know, I can play the piano and Gangle, I turn to Gangle, who's watching us with a single eyebrow cocked. Gangle plays something too, right? No. What? Wait, what? Huh? No, Gangle doesn't play anything, says by Gangle. No, Gangle doesn't play anything. Gangle says, withdrawing into herself. I shrug. Are we just gonna ignore that Gangle literally just said something in first person? Or in third person? Well, we can still do something like piano, drums, and cello, right? Ragatha nods, unrestrained enthusiasm turning to face Zooble. We can totally do something with that. Great idea, Jitsuko. Zooble seems still seems a bit skeptical. But Gangle, you know, it isn't fair for us to abandon her to take care of art alone, right? I can always do art at the practice. She offers a timid smile at Ragatha. I'll just bring my supplies. Zooble eyes go wide, realizing now they're at risk of being pulled into a live music endeavor. Uh, I mean, surely we can't. Thank you for understanding, Gangle. This is going to be so much fun. Ragatha talks to Zooble, swooning at the thought of performing live music as a trio. Ragatha wastes no time, taking Zooble and I by a wrist as she walks into the room decorated with various clefs and notes. Stylized like a music sheet, like a sheet of music. Gangle follows with a timid smile and lugging a cart of art supplies. Oh, this is cute. When Ragatha opens the door, I see a piano set up against the wall in the corner with a sparkly red drum set. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Wait, what? I didn't read that. I see a piano set up against the wall in the corner, a sparkly drum set. Oh shit! Whoops. Zubel's eyes widen for a moment. I'm honestly surprised they have a drum set in the first place. Ragatha nods, excited before whispering to me. Yeah, I had to ask Kane for that. I make my way, running my fingers across the keys. It's been a while since I played. Zubel sits down at the drum set, hesitant. Gangle finds an empty desk, setting her papers down and starting on her art. I press a few keys and practice a few chords. Zubel prods the cymbals on her kit with a drumstick. So, are we thinking about doing an original song? I know I've been thinking of Zubel loves to their drumstick, um, striking their cymbal so hard that Ragatha leaps in surprise. Oh, good! I see you're interested in now, Zubel. So I was thinking of Zubel launches into a heavy drum beat, steadily pounding the bass drum as they strike the cymbal. I was thinking of. She tries to shout over the drums but gives up. But to be honest, I really like the beat of Zubel that Zubel is laying down. I start trying to play a few chords to accompany it. Ragatha gives us a hesitant look before shrugging, pulling her bow across her cello to improvise a melody to match the chords I'm playing. Putting all energy into the performance, but Ragatha's melody doesn't match with my chord progression very well. And sometimes Zubel launches into an improvised solo. We finish, and I turn to Gangle. So, how was that? I started trying to inject some confidence into my voice. Gangle offers an apologetic smile. That was, She pauses for a moment, then finds the words she was looking for with a wide smile. That was a really good warm-up! We all exchange a look. Ragatha looks more optimistic than myself or Zooble. Hey, not bad of a warm-up. That's pretty good. Maybe we can base something off of that, or did we just did then? Or off of what we just did then? Before Zooble, I can provide my own feedback. Ragatha begins playing a classical style melody on her cello. I look at Zooble, who shrugs before picking up the drumsticks, improvising a beat to match the tempo of Ragatha's playing. I wait for a bit, getting a feel for the melody and the beat. Zooble is playing. Before I try to create a melody bridge or two, but it's rough going. Especially because Zooble is playing their drums very loud, with no regards of how they're drowning out our instruments. Ragatha has to shout to make her voice heard. Hey, Zooble, can you play a little softer? Zooble gives Ragatha an annoyed glare. Can't you just play your cello louder? You're sort of drowning our instruments out. Zooble stops playing, throwing their hands up in resignation. You begged us to come here, and now it's a problem that I'm playing? I don't have to be here. I can just go back to the art room and you can play cello with Jitsuko or something. Ragatha sighs as she stops playing her cello. You know, that's not what I mean, Zooble. I just want us to. She gives a meaningful look. Work together, right, Jitsuko? Zooble heaves an annoyed sigh of their own. I don't know what you want me to do. The drums are a loud instrument, Rakitha. It's just a bit, intense. How about Zooble? Oh, wait, what? How did I what? How about Jitsuko and me start and you join in? I have a bad feeling about this. But I go along with Rakita's response, waiting for her melodies again before matching it with a good chord progression. The song isn't the best thing I've heard, but it sounds like a classic style orchestral piece. Once I'm comfortable with the chord progression, I cast over at Zooble, who looks irritated and bored behind the other kit. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize my mic was over here. Whoops. So, what did you think of this? Ragatha offers, trying to be helpful, but oblivious to Zooble simmering through behind the drums. Zooble shrugs. Sounds great, but you got you got this. Can me and Gangle go back to the art room? Zooble stands up, walking to the door. Gangle pauses for a moment. Come on, Gangle. Gangle makes her way, avoiding eye contact. Wait, Zooble! Zooble slams the door shut, behind themselves, as they and Gangle leave the room. Ragitha shakes her head. What do I do now, Jitsuko? I'll talk to Zooble, I say, walking out the door, catching them as Zooble tries to hurry Gangle back to the art room. Wait, Zooble! Zooble turns to face me. Jitsuko, we have a lot of art to do. Besides, don't you need to get back to work on your duet with Ragitha? I throw out my hands. Zooble, I don't want to do this without you. Zooble looks away with a huff, crossing their arms, but pauses. Gangle, can you make the rest of the art supply? Can you take the rest of the art supplies back into the room? Oh, is this drama? Oh shoot! Gangle gives Zooble a nod, leaving to collect the rest of the supplies as Zooble approaches me. Look, Chitsuko, I know what you're trying to do, but I really don't care. I only started playing because you and Ragatha were annoying me about the drums. But Zooble, I'm not upset. I'm used to this. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I'm used to not fitting in, okay? Being too. Zooble struggles to find the words they're looking for, clearly frustrated. Too. Too different? Too much? Just wrong. They clutch their arm, giving me a sigh. Zooble looks miserable right now. Look, I know I'm being a jerk right now. Just watching you and Ragatha, match each other's energy and playing together perfectly. I just felt like I didn't have a place to fit in there. They look away. I don't even know why I'm telling you all of this. Putting a reassuring hand on Zubo's shoulder. I put a reassuring hand on Zubo's shoulder. Hey, look, it's cool. I didn't mean to make you feel left out. I'm sorry. I can tell that I just can tell I can just tell Ragatha that she has to pay her cello solo if you don't want to do this. Zubo gives me an uncertain glance. But you seem to really enjoy playing the piano. Yeah, but I agreed to help you and Gangle first. I give them a smile. Ragatha's nice to talk to sometimes, but I really want to hang out with you. Zubo blushes looking away. And I really liked your drums. Thanks. I mean, whatever. They seem a little flustered. Anyways, it's kind of getting late. After we put away this art supplies, do you want to walk home with Gangle and me? I nod. Yeah, that sounds good. Zibble nods. After a few minutes, the two finish up and we head back together. Our conversation drifts to the upcoming culture festival as the three of us walk back. I wonder what type of food the Principal Kane will get us in the festival. Do you think there will be food trucks? Maybe there will be a ramen stand, the kind with the cute paper lanterns and shades. She says with eyes sparkling. She says, eyes sparkling with excitement. Just like Uzumaki Ninja. She strikes an action pose. She's so cute, but they mischaracterize her. Oh my gosh. I believe it. Zooble and I look at her and can't help but laugh. It must be a reference to one of her anime. With a smile, Gengo walks ahead of us a bit. What do you think there will be, Zooble? Oh, wait, what do you think there will be, Zooble? Zooble shrugs. I don't know. Kane is weird. It's hard to tell what he wants to what he's going to want to do. I nod. Well, what if you could pick? Zooble looks at me surprised. What, like food? They pause for a moment to think. I don't know, maybe like kebabs? Gangle and I nod. Good pick. I nod. Yeah, respectful choice. Respectful choice. As the dorms finally come to view, Gangle darts ahead, leaving us behind. Oh, sorry guys. She calls back at her after herself. I need to catch on the most recent episode of Roof Friend and oh my gosh, these are references. Hold on, let me take a picture of this cause what? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. No way that she just referenced Free Run End of Journey. Or like something Journey. I don't know. It's just Free Run. I love that anime though. She waves without turning around. Zuba and I make our way to our steps. Our rooms are next to each other, but Zuba still walks me to my door. So this is me. Zuba looks away. Yeah, I guess it is. There's an awkward pause. Zuba shuffles their feet a moment before looking up at me. So, Chitsuko. Yes! I exclaim before Zuba finishes. Their eyes widen a surprise moment, in surprise a moment before they let out a chuckle. Are you gonna wait for me to finish my question? Yeah, sorry. I say blushing. Chitsuko, you wanna hang out in my room today? Yes! I exclaim just as loud as the first time. Zuba rolls their eyes, laughing. Come on then, you dork. I follow Zubul in their dorm to their dorm, excited to spend more time with them. I feel a lot more confident hanging out with Zubul today. I feel like we're developing a genuine bond. Whoa! I know this is a reference to another band, I'm pretty sure. This I don't know. This looks sick. Hold on, wait. Is there like a way to like tap? No, it's not. No, that's skipping. Oh, whatever. As we step in, I'm greeted by the buzz of glow of the neon lights. Mirrors line the walls by the bed. Zubo pops open their closet before tossing their bag inside. I notice a box with some lettering on it, poking out of Zubo's closet. What's in the box? Zubo looks down, looking surprised before pulling the box out. Oh, these are my spare parts. They say like that's an ordinary thing to just have lying around. Spare parts? Yeah, basically my limbs and stuff are kind of they pause for a moment to think. I can swap them around. Can I see? I say before I can stop myself. I mean if you want to or if you're okay with that. I offer apologetically. Zuba looks down, thinking a moment before blushing. Yeah, sure if you want to. Zuba finishes pulling the box out of the closet. I can see the lettering on the side spells out the word Zoobles. Go crazy, I guess. I get on my knees and start digging in the box, sorting through seemingly endless assortment of colorful extreme extremities. Extremities? Extremities? Zooble sits down, watching me. I reach in and pull out a plastic yellow arrow, holding it up inquis- inquisitively. Inquisitively. That can go in my head, actually. They say, taking the arrow from my hand. Without a word, Zooble pulls their lightning bolts out their head. They affix the arrow in its place, like this. Whoa! I'm awestruck for a moment. Then I ask, "Can you do that with all your body parts?" Uh, Mostly. It takes a little tugging for some of my parts, though. Check out this piece! I say, pulling out a piece shaped like a bat wing. This one is so cool. You think? They say, looking at me before plucking the wing off their back and putting the bat piece in its place. Oh! As I keep looking, an oversized spotted green arm. This one's wild. Frog. Oh, frog arm. Too big for me to use often. I put it back in the box and keep looking. I wonder if Zooble has tried every piece in this box. Wow, there's a lot of striped ones in here. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. Guess Kane thinks I'd look cooler with zebra with if I was a zebra or something. They snort. I laugh along with them. Um, I find a large tentacle-shaped appendage. What? Any fun stories with this one? Zooble blushes. I don't know anything about that one. Hey, no way! If you know, you know. Maybe Kane wanted to do an underwater adventure. I wore it out once, but Gangle was sort of weird about it. Oh, ain't no way! I'm not sure what they mean by about that, but I just shrug and put it back. Clearly, this one isn't one that Zooble likes much. I find a four-pointed star-like shape, and hold it up, puzzling over it. This looks way too big for a head accessory. Oh yeah, that's one that's a chest piece. Chest piece? Yeah, like usually these one usually I yeah I can't read. Yeah, I don't usually use these ones because the uniforms Kane gave us doesn't really fit well on them. But before I protest, Zooble begins to unbutton their uniform. I can't help but blush. I knew Zooble and I were getting close, but this I peer between my fingers. Zooble ro Zooble rolls her eyes. Okay, why is that kind of hot? Underneath their uniform is a featureless spotted body, vaguely bean shaped. That they pull out their uniform and replace it with a star, like this. They sigh. You can look, Chitsuko. It's not like I'm showing you the goods or anything or something. I can't help but blush. This is a this is the furthest I've ever gone with someone else. Zupal removes the chest piece and buttons their shirt up again. Wow, that is cool. It's really neat to have so many parts that you can swap between. I wish I could just swap my arm out for like a chainsaw arm. If you know, you know. I say, making a swishing noise so like chopping motion as I make chopping motions with my arm. Zibble rolls their eyes. Well, I'm glad you think it's cool. They say, sounding a little annoyed as they swap it back to their normal body and putting the spare parts away. Oh, I pause. Did I say something? It's just they stop themselves. Never mind. It feels like their energy went out of the room. Hey, Zubul. I turn to face them. I'm sorry. Zubul looks at me, flustered. What are you even sorry for? Why are you saying that? I don't know, I admit. But I feel like I said something wrong, and I really didn't mean to upset you. Zubul blushes a bit. Can I can I tell you something? I nod. It's stupid.
And I haven't told anyone this before. They pause. Except Kane, but he doesn't listen to me, so he doesn't count. But they hesitate before sighing, looking into my eyes. I hate, I hate this body. What? I hate how silly I look, and how it just comes apart and goes back together. They begin pointing to parts of themselves. I hate this oversized eye. I hate the weird bendy limbs, and now there's so many parts in the box, but their eyes their eyes cloud, their voice so uncertain. None of it feels right. I'm in utter shock. Zooble, you remember how I told you I used to skip class? I nod. I just couldn't get myself out this room. I would just stare in the mirror for hours, swapping parts out, hoping something would. They curl themselves, wrapping their arms around their knees. Immediately, I regret asking them to try on all their pieces. This is clearly something that upsets them a lot. I'm so sorry, Zooble. I had no idea. I glance at the box of Zooble's parts. A spare eye seems to stare back at me with accusation. I never felt so low. I can't believe I asked you to. Zooble shakes their head, putting a hand on my shoulder. Trust me, Jitsuko. You did not. You didn't ask me to do anything I haven't done a dozen times, or anything I wasn't comfortable doing in front of you. Honestly, this is the first time someone has told me they thought my parts were cool. I smile at them, helping them push the box back in the closet. Want to do something else? I nod. What do you have in mind? How about the henna tattoo? Didn't you say the ink took some advance notice to prepare? Isabel nods, producing the ink from the desk drawer. I did, but I prepped it ahead of time in case you ever wanted to come over and hang out. They look at me up and down. So where did you want that tattoo? I pause a moment. How about like the back of my shoulders? Zubul shrugs. Sounds good to me. Any cool designs you know how to do, or? Zubul nods, showing me an array of stencils they use for henna dye. Any of these speak to you? Whoa! What? Yo, yo, this one. Zubul goes over the boombox on the floor after I pick a stencil on putting on some relaxing music as they get their supplies ready. Even though I had to strip down after getting soaked this morning. I'm still a little shy as I take off my top for Zubul. Zubul sets the stencil against my back and of my shoulder before dipping their brush into the ink and applying it. I let out a voluntary shiver. So cold. Come on, Jitsuko. If you're moving, um, if you move, you're going to mess up the tattoo. Sorry. After I get used to this coolness of the pace, it kind of feels good. Zubul is quiet, completely focused on their tattoos as they work behind me. I'm great. I'm grateful for the relaxing music that fills the silence, but but try to come up with something to talk about with Zubul anyways. So he used to be a bartender and also used to be a tattoo artist. What other kinds of jobs have you done? Well, he technically worked at Spuzzies for a day, but that doesn't really count. They pause. I want to go back to school, but I had other plans. There's a moment of silence before I can think of another question. Well, do you have any other hobbies? When did you pick up drums? When I was a kid, I started playing drums. They say going quiet for a moment as they focus on a specific part for of the stencil before continuing. Aside from that, wait, hold on. Sorry, my mom walked in again. Aside from that, I guess I used to check out abandoned buildings, but, but mostly it was just drums. The more I learn about Zubul, the more I feel impressed about by them.
It's like every new thing I learn makes Zooble exponentially cooler, as if they don't see themselves that way. You're you were really good on drums earlier. Did you play it for a band? Yeah, we never really made it out of my parents' garage, but we did a lot of punk and hardcore style stuff. I really liked it. If you come back tomorrow, I bet we can find something really amazing for the festival on Friday. They pause again. When they reply, it's a bit quieter than usual. Uh, maybe. They say. So what about so what about you? What do you do for fun, Jitsuko? I think for a moment. Well, I do play piano and sometimes I watch anime. I trail off, but that's it. And there doesn't seem to be much the to do on school grounds. So I guess I don't really have much to do on my free time these days. Yeah, tell me about it. Sometimes I get bored. I feel like I'm going to go crazy. I nod. Totally. If I didn't have you and Gango to talk to, I feel like that I would have gone crazy too. Already. Honestly, I'm surprised you don't all hang out together more often. I feel so lonely when I'm in my room. But when I have someone else to hang out with, the school doesn't seem so bad. There's a quiet moment as Zooble finishes up the tattoo. Alright, and done. You'll need to let it set for a bit. The longer you leave it, the darker it'll come out, and the longer it'll last. So you can just rinse it off when it's dark enough for you. I nod. I wish I could see it now. I bet it looks epic. Zooble rustles around the room for a moment before holding a mirror behind me, angling it so I could see the tattoo. Here, look. Whoa, that's amazing, Zooble. I'll be super careful so it doesn't smudge. I'm starting to regret that henna is temporary. I'd love to have some of your art on me permanently. Zooble looks away. In the mirror, I can see them blushing behind me. Well, you know, it's really nice of you to say. We both sit there. Sure how neither of us sure how to break the awkward silence that has settled between us. When an unexpected party does it for us. Kane! Well. What's going on in here? He pops into existence just over my left shoulder. Zubul almost jumped out our skin, and I almost jumped out of her skin. Kane, what the hell? What the hell are you Doing in here? The real question is, what is the shirtless what is the shirtless Jitsuko doing in your room past curfew? He says, leaning towards Zubul as he pokes his cane into their face. You of all people know how to know we have to adhere to strict PG rating, so I can't let either of you do student. You two hormonal students go any further. Zubul and I exchange a look, blushing furiously. Kate, shut up! We weren't even doing anything. Yeah, Kate, it's not like that. We were just. Zubul and I stumble over each other's words as we try to clarify nothing dirty was happening. Sorry, I can't risk anything. The FCC will have my hat if I can't let this go any further. He adjusts his top hat as he's wearing, and nobody takes my hat. Au revoir, Jitsuko. He grins, snapping his fingers. I instantaneously transported into my own room. I checked the mirror. Whatever Kane did, thankfully it didn't smudge the tattoo Zubul gave me. Once I'm in one piece, I shoot Zubul a text on my wacky watch. Kane still there? After a few minutes and before Zubul responds, finally got him out. Sorry about him. Not your fault. At least the tattoo still looks cool as fuck. Glad to hear that. I'll try not to smudge it for the next few hours. Wanna walk to school together tomorrow? Yes! See you tomorrow? See you then. This afternoon was a lot of fun. Spending time with Zubul was really exciting. As I drift to sleep, I start to wonder if my feelings for Zubul is running deeper than I originally thought. How many days are in this? Hold on, I gotta search this up. How many days are in The amazing digital dating simulator. Oh, 5 days? Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, maybe I'll just save over here and then I'll hop off. Alright. Well, yeah. To whoever's watching this, thank you for watching this stream. I will continue on another day. Alright. Okay. I'll see you guys around. Okay. Bye.